Going back to Gordon, I'd sign him. I think the only way he leaves Newcastle is if he agitates for a move because they don't need to sell him.
Yeah, he's certainly improved no end since I used to watch him at Everton. Kicked on at Newcastle, hasn't he? Become a real important figure for them since he moved there. The issue is, Newcastle's wealth kind of means that they might not necessarily have to sell, even though there are PSR questions involved, and there are some suggestions that one of their big guns will need to be sacrificed to be able to fund their next stage of the development. And would that be Gordon? I'm not sure it would. He seems to fit in well there. Seems to like it up in the northeast. I've seen bits of his interview with Gary Neville recently where he was saying he had to get out of Liverpool because his friends were trying to get him in the pub or whatever it be, and he just thought he'd focus on his football, get out of Merseyside bubble and go and improve and become maybe an England international with Newcastle. So
Newcastle famously being a place where no one goes to the pub.
Yeah, but he can focus on his football more there, can't he? Yeah, I can see why Liverpool might think that he's a player with a high ceiling. He's a young player, a young wide forward. There's a lot about it that makes a little bit of sense, but I'm not sure whether Liverpool have the budget to bring him in, because Newcastle might not necessarily be under pressure to sell, and if they're not looking to sell him as one of their kind of key men that they're happy to offload, I think they look to keep him, and then that'll price Liverpool out, and there are probably more pressing concerns for Liverpool this summer.
Do you expect them to sign a lot of players this summer, Doyle, or do you think it's going to be just picking the right ones? Because to be fair, they've changed a lot of the squad recently, and Edwards won't want Liverpool to rip it up and start again. That's the whole point in getting slots, surely.
Going back to Gordon, I'd sign him. I think the only way he leaves Newcastle is if he agitates for a move because they don't need to sell him.
Would that mean Diaz leaves, though?
Well, I'm not necessarily about this summer, as we're going to say. Is that I don't think it'll be this summer. I think Liverpool... I wouldn't be surprised if he ends up being at Liverpool at some point. Let's put it that way, yeah. I think he's obviously the kind of player that they need. I think you're right. He has come on an awful lot this season. You only have to see him whenever Newcastle are playing well, he's always involved. Yeah. And when he doesn't have a particularly good game, you notice it. That's always a sign of a good player. Somebody who's very effective, certainly going forward. And Arsenal and Newcastle will, as I said, they don't need to sell him. Not him particularly. They probably, as Gorsty said, they might have to move some players. I think it might be Guimaraes might go. Yeah, because I don't think he's
sort of Callum Wilson as well. I think possibly.
Well, again, Callum Wilson's somebody who they can. He's now a squad player, isn't he? I mean, I think he's been decent for them. It's been good for them. And they might want to keep hold of
money for Callum Wilson, though, are they?
No, but then it's if you get rid of two players for not massive money, then you can buy somebody who can make a positive difference. He's going to play all the time, so that's probably where they're looking at it, without wishing to be Newcastle's director of football, who is
Dan Ashworth.
Well, he's not anymore, is it? Well, he's not going to be, is he? He's on gardening leave, isn't he? They're having a look at. Was it Dougie Freedman they were looking at from Palace?
Yeah,
that's who they're looking at. Yeah, Palace. They've made some good signings over the last few years. Again, thanks to Elisa, he's more likely to be somebody Liverpool might try and look at this summer if they want to sign somebody, because who knew that Elise and Eze, they fit for Crystal Palace, and look, Crystal Palace are quite good, so that helps. And they've got a manager there who you mentioned to me before, the Bayern Munich.
To be fair, exactly, I'm a manager. I'm a bit disappointed Bayern Munich haven't gone after me. So, any manager anywhere.
Yeah. You'd put that time waster bar right up, wouldn't you?
And going back to your initial question about love signings in the summer, I think there'll be a defensive midfielder, I think there'll be a centre back, I think there'll be a forward, and if they have to, they might have to sign a goalkeeper. And if they might, I think that'll be it.